Hello, everybody. My name is Natalia Blagoeva. I'm the founder of the global community of women change makers and influencers, Women Heart to Heart. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you here today and to share this moment when we have the opportunity to recognize the achievements of women in all aspects of our lives, in politics, in business, and everywhere else. As we do that, it's actually important to bring perspective to how much we have achieved in the last years. It is only 50 years since women have been allowed, for example, to vote and participate as citizens in public life in Switzerland. It's only 50 years. So when you really look what we have achieved, it's a lot. There's a lot to celebrate. At the same time, we all know there's still a lot ahead of us. There's still a lot that needs to be done. And as we look in what's still ahead of us, I want to offer a few points for reflection that I have been thinking about ever since International Women's Day this year, 8th of March. As I was looking everything that was going on social media, as someone who is involved in women community, women empowerment in general, I was flooded of messages celebrating the International Women's Day and our achievement. And at the same time, a lot of questions arose for me that I want to share with you. One of them is, how truthful we are to ourselves as women? How authentic are we as we enter governments, politics in general, business organizations? Are we being truthful to our authentic female energy, which is our real power? Or are we mimicking obsolete role models, masculine role models? My personal experience is that we cannot fully embrace our full power, and we cannot experience the joy of life and work if we're not truthful to our authentic energy. Another point that was in my mind as I was reflecting on everything I was seeing on social media was, what is the language we use? Do we use language that unites us, that brings us together, that unifies, or do we use language that separates, that blames, language that makes us victims? Do we ourselves empower ourselves? In some communities, I've seen also images, photos, where I question, do we portray ourselves as sexual objects? Do we do it ourselves? Do we want to be recognized for our achievements and our real strength, or do we use our female strengths in other ways? Who do we follow? Do we recognize the women in our lives that are truly representing the future that we want to see? Or do we follow people who have influence, yes, but they don't represent the values we want to see in the world today? And with everything we do we contribute towards a more beautiful tomorrow? Or do we recreate the old story over and over again? So with this, I want to thank you for the opportunity to be with you here today. And I hope my questions have raised some questions for you and an opportunity for reflection. Thank you for being here today with me.